Thank you for joining us on Suncoast FYI. I'm your host, Nancy O'Neill. Our guests today are Jeffrey Kinn, Executive Director of Sarasota Rising, Robin Fossey, Chief Executive Officer and co-owner of Results First, and Jason Champion, President of Project Pride. Robin Fossey, CEO and co-owner of Results First, has the unique talent of guiding organizations and individuals by giving them the tools and support they need to be successful. Now, I know most of us can use that, and we can always be better. So tell us about Results First and how you help everyone be the best they can be.
Thank you for having me here today.
Oh, of course.
Results First is a consulting company. It's also a methodology that has been used for decades. It was created by my business partner, Hal Williams, to help organizations and individuals define, track, verify, and communicate their results and successes more clearly.
Okay. And how did you get to where you are, and what led you to this organization? I mean, what's your background?
Sure. So I had a very successful career for 20 years in the nonprofit field right here in Sarasota and Manatee counties. I was raised in Sarasota, Florida from the age of 4. And I did everything from being a case manager to eventually being a CEO of a nonprofit, and spent the majority of my career raising money. And so I met my business partner because I took a class with him over 5 years ago, and here we are now, business partners, leading Results First forward and really helping to lead organizations to achieve greater gains for those they serve. So I'm able to do this through the lens of having the experience of doing just about every job in a nonprofit organization.
And I think the beauty of that too is what you're saying is you've been there, done that, and you can give them a fresh perspective, because when you're in the middle of whatever business or organization you're in, sometimes you can't see where you can make a difference or do better or whatever. So do you have an ideal client that you like to work with?
So we've worked with nonprofits and for-profits, government, municipalities. We can work with any organization or individual. On the Suncoast, the majority of our work has been focused on the nonprofit community and then the foundations who invest in their success.
Sure. Okay. Now, I understand you have a class coming up. Is that open to everyone, or do you have open classes and private classes?
So the class that I have coming up is with the 26 West Center at the State College of Florida. So when I am not leading Results First, I am a part-time coach, entrepreneurial coach with the 26 West Center. And so the class that I have coming up is how to get more money with results. And so this class is ideal for anyone in the nonprofit world, whether they're a CEO, a fundraiser, someone who delivers programs, but also for small business owners who have written grants or desire to write grants to get financial support.
Okay. And when is that?
So the class, the next class will start in, you know what, I think it's June 6th, but let me give you the website.
Okay.
It is the 26westcenter.scf.edu. If you look at the courses, you'll see mine will come right up, and also check out the other courses while you're there, but how to raise more money with results. And there are scholarships available if someone is interested and is not able to pay the fee.
Okay. Now, do you approach organizations? Do you look at their ROIs, return on investment, or do they come to you, or is it a little bit of both? How do you find one another?
So we are really fortunate that 100% of our business is referrals from either current or past clients. And we don't do marketing other than sharing and posting on Facebook for our clients. So everything comes to us from word of mouth, also from the foundations, again, that invest in the nonprofits in our community.
Sure.
Sometimes they'll hire us to be able to give their clients the tools that they need to really understand the gains that they're making.
So when you go into an organization, you sit in and assess what it is they need, and then from there you develop a program for them? Is that how it works?
Well, it starts by reviewing any types of plans or materials they have. And quite honestly, usually those are pretty void of any kind of actual results or specific targets that they need to focus on so they can have greater human gains for their clients. At that point, we work with the teams, and we work very closely with the people who do the work, not just senior leadership. And our methodology involves project-based learning, so our clients are doing while they're planning. So when our work is done, they don't just have a plan that sits on a shelf, they have an executed project and have already begun building on what works.
And again, there's no time limit specifically. You work on that particular project until you get them to the point where they can handle it themselves.
Well, depending on what the project is, it could range anywhere from a few months to up to a year. Again, it depends on what the clients need, but usually it's about a 4 to 6 month engagement.
Okay, and what do you feel is your biggest takeaway from, or what our viewers should know about Results One?
What I want viewers to know is we have so many nonprofits doing great work in our community. They're just having a hard time proving it. That is what Results First does. We help nonprofit organizations to be able to tell their story, not just with anecdote, but with actual impact and measurables to help them get more money so they can achieve more success.
So Robin, before we close today, is there anything that you would like to share personally or professionally about why you love your job so much?
I worked in the nonprofit world for 20 years, and it made such a difference in my life. I also grew up here, and coming from a family of parents who did not graduate from high school, my family relied heavily on many of the services and organizations that I now have the opportunity to work with. So I'm very passionate about helping them achieve those gains for more families that were just like mine.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for being here today. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
A Living Arts Festival is coming to Sarasota. Sounds intriguing. So don't go anywhere. Our next guest, Jeffrey Kent, is no stranger to the arts community, having spent 15 years building drama at the Players Center. But that's the past. Jeffrey, Executive Director of Sarasota Rising, is here to share details about his latest project, which is Sarasota Rising.
Hi.
Hi.
You know, just one project to another.
There you go.
One major feat, one major initiative.
Well, and there's so much to do here in the arts community is just
And that's actually
so many
why we were
facets.
created. So literally a group of business people came together and said, you know, we think there should be an art-centric festival for our area. We have everything, but there's nothing really organized that kind of pulls us all together. So very simply, they said, Jeffrey, would you create an organization, Sarasota Rising,
Wow.
that will produce a festival? And they gave me basically like 3 things. They want it to be sustainable, they want it to be annual, and they didn't want it in season, because this is a business initiative. So we want to be able to help businesses, area businesses, and of course our arts community raise more money.
okay.
Tourism.
Right.
Tourism. Cultural tourism. So
in
that
the summer when we
well,
all need that.
Yeah, but
too.
then we looked at that and then thought, well, summertime, do we want to bring people in when it's hot and hurricanes? So then we literally did an entire study. We canvassed all the arts organizations and said, when do you think would be the best time to produce this? And then a majority, about 80%, all said really in that October, November time slot. So that's where we went.
Okay.
The first festival is November 10th through the 17th of 2024, and I know some people are going to be like, "Oh my, that's so far away," but for anyone that knows when you produce something of large scale,
Yes.
it's right around the corner.
It's right around the
It
And
is.
there's always those details, and all of a sudden it just sneaks up on you.
Yeah, yeah.
So are you looking for volunteers to help, or you got your team all set, or how is that
I
going?
need so much help. No, literally, something like this, a festival. And one of the things I got to do was to do research on what is a festival.
Yeah.
And I went and visited other festivals, and I joined International Federation of Festival and Events. And so there are literally doctorates out there in festivals and event management.
Wow.
I don't know. It's a big thing. That
Sure.
as a theater producer, I had no idea of the extent of what's out there when it comes to education. So I in the last year I went back to school and really looking at what is a festival, and it really is a celebration of who you are. So we are here to kind of help elevate our area. And the arts groups that are here, give them lots of love and attention, and some focus, and a stage, and it's a challenge, of course.
So this is going to be a Living Arts Festival.
Living Arts Festival, Sarasota, yes.
How does that differ from an arts festival?
Well, one of the things I thought was very important, and initially when we started talking about this was more of a performing arts festival, and those words came out of the startup team that I created to kind of, we did the Post-its on the wall thing about
Yep.
what is a festival. I
Yep.
mean, we went down to the bare bones, bare basics, and literally going back, we looked at, well, what is it, and how is it? And the one thing that we realized is the worst thing you can do for a community is to exclude someone, to exclude an organization. So I am being that band leader that is, tooting my horn and saying, come one, come all, big, small, large, professional, non-professional. Literally, we are going to celebrate who we are. And there's a lot of ways to do that. Half of the festival is literally our arts groups being awesome.
Yes.
I mean, and they're already awesome.
Yes.
But in November, they could use some butts in seats. So, over time, what we're hoping will happen is building on that cultural tourism thing, building the cultural coast. So, we are on the cultural coast.
Yes.
So even though our festival is called Living Arts Festival Sarasota, this is a regional festival. We are borderless, we are countyless, we are cityless. Obviously, Sarasota is important to us, and obviously that's our hub. But I'm talking to the folks in Northport, I'm talking to folks in Bradenton, I'm talking to Lakewood Ranch, I'm talking to all the areas so that we can have pop-up events in every town. I said it by accident the other day. Sarasota and our region becomes the stage.
Wow.
It was.
It's true.
It's true. That's exactly what
true.
we want to happen.
So you will have performing arts as well as traditional arts.
Correct. So, and I've met with arts advocates and Kinsey at the Arts Center. And, the best thing that happened after I left the theater was I got to sit and talk with all the arts leaders in our region, which was fun and invigorating, and to really discover that there's amazing leaders here who I didn't know. There's organizations that I had never heard of. And then to be able to sit across from them and talk to them and what's their strengths and weaknesses and their hopes and dreams, and the festival can help with that. So yeah, it's come one, come all. We're visual arts, culinary arts. We want to celebrate who we are, and that's a week-long festival with an opening and closing event.
Okay.
And then Memorial Day actually comes in, Veterans Day comes in on that Monday. So we're gonna help celebrate that and celebrate our veterans. But then through the rest of the week, it's just people being awesome and creating wonderful surprise events
Fun.
that make it really exciting and, kind of, Art Basel-ish, because we wanna be creative and fun and the wow
unique.
factor.
And unique.
Unique. We have to celebrate.
Yes. Now, how can the community become engaged? I know you said you need help, but what can we do for you?
Well, You know, we always go down to the three T's. You know, time, treasure, talent,
Yes.
and literally, you know, we're creating this from scratch. It's a brand new organization. We just got our 501c3 status and our 1023. We've been a member of the Arts and Cultural Alliance, so now we will slowly separate and become our own thing. So we're building a board. So we're building a board of directors. Obviously, we need donors. We need people that can futurize what the festival will be before it happens. Once we're up and running, it's going to be much easier to get sponsorships and donors. Now is the time that we need that financial support.
Okay.
Then we need volunteers, because it's going to be a huge effort. And every event
Absolutely.
is going to need cool, awesome people that kind of share.
Yep.
And then, of course, that goes right down to time and treasure and talent. We're going to be producing some awesome events. So we want to make sure that we highlight the region. So actors, directors, singers, circus
come on.
circus member, you know, really,
Yes.
you know, our region is fantastic. And all we're here to do is to help elevate that.
Make it better. Now, do you have a website yet, or social media
Yes.
sites where people can
Yes,
find you?
and yes.
Okay, what are they?
So Next Mark Marketing is our marketing firm, and they've hooked me up with a beautiful website,
Okay.
www.sarasotarising.org. We're on social media, Facebook, we're on Instagram. We've been producing and promoting videos about our past and our present. So there's lots going on.
Lots going on,
Lots.
lots to see before 2024.
I know.
I know.
Right around the
It'll
corner.
It'll be up. We'll have you back before then.
Please.
Okay.
And thank you.
Thank you. As always.
As
a
always,
pleasure.
yes, we always have fun.
Up next, a grand carnival and after party. This sounds like an event you won't want to miss, so please stay with us for more details. Project Pride was created to expand awareness and understanding of the LGBTQ plus community and how working together with the Sarasota community benefits everyone. Jason Champion, president of Project Pride, joins us to share with us their grand event that they have coming up in the near future, right?
Yes.
Great. Well, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
First of all, before we tell everybody about this wonderful event, why don't we start with what Project Pride does,
Yeah.
please?
Project Pride was formed about 4 years ago out of the necessity to bring exposure to the LGBT community here in Sarasota. We are working hard to be building an inclusive, supportive, and united community, not just for the gay community, but all communities.
I like that. So June is Pride Month, and what types of events do you specifically have planned?
June is going to be crazy for us here in Sarasota. We are so excited. We have multiple events planned throughout the month. Our first kickoff is Grand Carnival Diamonds Are Forever. We have 2 professional musicians, Ada Vox, that was on American Idol, Queen of the Universe, and is on the upcoming season of America's Got Talent, an incredible vocalist. And then we have Z Machine, a queer band out of LA coming that was just nominated for a Query Award for new and upcoming musicians.
That's awesome. And when is that taking place?
June 3rd at the Sarasota Circus of Arts.
Okay. And time,
Times,
prices?
get your VIP tickets,
Okay.
because that's the way you do this,
Okay.
obviously. Meet and greet first, so it starts at 7 o'clock, and then general admission opens at 8. Show will kick off at 8:25, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Donna Kaufman and her family are the honorary chairs this year.
Aw.
Super excited to having them.
They are lovely. They are lovely. I've met them before, so you're very fortunate to have them on board with
Yes.
you. Now, what kind of merge was there with Sarasota Pride? There was something
Yep.
prior to this.
Sarasota Pride has been around for about 30 years,
Okay.
and over the last couple of years, we've been in conversations with them as their board was looking to retire. And last year, we did an official merger where we take over Sarasota Pride, and we now produce all Pride organization and events here in Sarasota County.
Okay. And what do you have planned for them?
Ooh, the Pride Festival. So this year, June, we went with the theme Pride Inside, because we all know it's quite warm during June here.
Oh, gosh.
But the big Pride Festival will be October 21st in the Rosemary District, with a street festival ending in a closing dance party.
Okay, and that's
October 21st.
October 21st. So we have something else to look forward to.
We have a lot to look forward to as a gay community here in town this year.
Okay. So any question, personal or professional, that you would like to share with our guests?
Yeah, Project Pride is continually working to empower our local gay community to speak up, stand out, and be a representation of a force for good, because we sometimes get labeled as the wrong community to be with, which in return we would like everybody to know that we're giving, caring, loving, and supportive.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's a lot taking place, as we know, going on now, and it makes life challenging sometimes. What would you say is the best way that you've found to engage and deal with some of those issues?
While political issues have become divisive in the state of Florida, we as a gay community are standing strong, uniting, and locking arms, not only with the gay community, but our allies and our business communities and our city commissioners. Just this week, they approved the Pride flag to be flown over City Hall for the first week of June as the National Recognized Pride Month. They're also lighting the Bringling Bridge for us in the rainbow colors. So we're super excited. We get a lot of support from the county and the city. So, you know, we're chugging along and we're going to be here, and we're loud and proud.
And every good reason to be.
Absolutely.
So again, a website or social media sites, where can people go to find tickets, Jason?
Yep, you can go to Project Pride's website, which is ppsrq.org. You'll see all of the events that we have coming up from June, which is our Grand Carnival, Silver Pride, Zumba at UTC on the Green, Pride Pizza Night at Mellow Mushrooms. We have a lot of fun things coming, so definitely check it out.
Okay, and I want to go back to, you said that the event is called Diamonds Are Forever. So are you giving diamonds away?
We possibly are. That's why I said you should get a VIP ticket. There is an opportunity to win a diamond.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming out today. I really appreciate it.
We're glad to be here.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah, nice to see you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed the show today, and thank you for joining us on Suncoast FYI. If you would like to promote your nonprofit or community event, we would love to hear from you, and this is a complimentary service. Please email us at fyi@snnTV.com. To view previous episodes, go to snnTV.com and click on the What's On tab. I'm Nancy O'Neill, and we'll see you next week on Suncoast FYI.